You are now tuned in to Hot Topics with Donna. And on this show, we do one thing: keep it real hot. That's honest, open, and transparent. If you didn't know, now you know. So sit back and unwind as we bring the vibe and a little bit of glorious sunshine to your heart, soul, and mind. Your lovely host, Hot Donna, will be with you in just a few moments. But while you wait, go ahead and set an atmosphere of peace in your space. If you can, cut the lights down low, get your hydration on, vibrations on. Cause tonight, you're about to receive some delicious food for your soul. Are you ready? 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 It's about to get hot. You are indeed in the one and only place to be this evening. We appreciate you for joining us, and in just a few moments, we about to turn the heat all the way up. That's right. It's about to go down right now on Hot Topics with Donna. Show your virtual love by smashing that thumbs up and heart icon as many times as you can. And without further ado, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing your host, the one and only Hot Donna.
Hello. Let me get the music off. Get this off. You guys know how I always do it, but thank you guys for tuning in with Hot Topics with Donna. I am your host, Donna Taylor, and I'm going to tag a few people and get them right on here. But let me just go ahead and introduce myself. I am Donna Taylor, and this is another episode of Hot Topics with Donna, where we do it honest, open, and transparent here on Hot Topics. So I am excited about this guest. I've met him several years ago. And so the word that I'm choosing today for him is dreams. And it comes from Habakkuk 2:3. And it says, "For the vision is yet for the appointed time. It hasting towards the goal, and it will not fail. Through it tarries, wait for it will certainly come. It will not delay." And that's the word today, dreams. And that came from Habakkuk 2:3. And so I'm going to get him on, and then we're going to get started. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let me bring him on. Okay, hopefully he is on this page. He might be on the other page. Just hold on, guys. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I think my guest may be on my personal page. And so I'm going to send him a message to click over to Donna Taylor network page. And then we're going to get started. So while I'm waiting to bring him on to see if he's going to come over to this page here. Okay, I'm going to give him a few minutes to log on to this page here. But as he's coming over, okay, all right. So, hey, hey, hey. Hopefully he is coming on. Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Excuse
I
me.
was like, because I was like, is he on this page or whatever? But I am glad you're on. How are you?
I'm good. I had to clear that, man. I don't know what was going on with my phone. How you doing?
I'm good.
Man, it's good to see you. I ain't seen you in a long time, man. Where you been
I
at?
I know. So listen, I always, pick a word for my guests, and the word that I chose for you, and is for everybody else. So the word I chose for you was dreams.
Oh, here we go. Here
So
we
that's the
go.
word, and it came from Habakkuk 2:3, and I'll read
Mhm.
it. And just in case you didn't hear it, it says, "For the vision is yet for the appointed time. It hastens towards the goal and will not fail. Through it, though it tarries, wait for it, for it will certainly come. It will not delay."
Mhm.
And I chose that word for you because you really have evolved into what you're doing. But before we get into that, go ahead and tell people who you are, where you reside, and just a little bit about what you do. And then we're going to get on into this interview. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is good to see you.
Like, hi everybody. I'm Louiee Cincere, B-Dub. But I'm a super producer. I produce all genres of music. You name it, I can get it done. I film it on movies. I can get anything you want done. That's from everything. We can get it done. No matter how they
Right.
put it, no matter where we're going at, we can get it done. And you're
And
right
so,
about that.
yeah, and so
Because
let
it's
me
not
ask you
enough.
this about your dreams, because you have big dreams. I mean, you've always had big dreams, even when I first met you. So at this point, how do you stay focused on your dreams? How do you stay focused on your dreams?
That's very important for me and you, and not just me, but for the world to know, for real, for real.
Right.
Basically, I just focus on positive energy to
Mm-hmm.
the point that it builds up a negative force field around me to help
Right.
fight the negative force field off from me, for
Right.
me to be just as strong as I am today. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm able to stay focused. No matter what happens to me, no matter what's going on, no matter who the people are, the people
Right.
trying to take me, it doesn't matter because
Right.
at the end of the day, that's still physical, and like that's not the reality of what's going on around us. You know what I mean? You still
Right.
gotta feel the spirit of what's going on around you
Exactly.
to be above
So
it.
how long or when did you start to have a love for music? At what age did it start? Did you have a love for music?
Well, like I tell every female before when I meet them or anything like this, I'm married to music and music married me, and I love music and music loved me. So the biggest part about that is music knew me before I knew music, and music still knows me better than I know music. I'm just gifted. This is all it is.
And so, why do you feel that you need to tell, females that you meet that you may
Because
be interested in, that you're married to music? Why do you feel that's important for you to let them know that?
because I don't want them to think that I'm cheating on them with another female when it's not. It's just me and music. It's like for real. Like they can come at me right now and then up and leave me tomorrow. I wouldn't feel because of the fact that music has always been there for me. That's very important.
Right,
Like
right. And so, when you were younger, did you is your family have a lot of musical background or?
yeah, they do. My whole family is musical. like especially my uncle Anthony. Yeah, he's very musical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I come from a family of music. I didn't even realize that until as I got older, and I understand why music chose me. Like it was, yes, it's passed down.
Right. And so, what type of music do you really like growing up?
Well, me growing up, I listened to a lot of Michael Jackson or Kelly. I hate that what he got going on with that, but the structure of music is something totally
Right.
different from what a person does. You know what I mean? I love the structure of music. Sam Cooke, Prince. You know, I love Prince. I listened to a whole bunch of artists that was so original that you can see the music talk through them, you know what I mean? And just like when it comes to me, like when people do see me, the music does talk through me. So it's a blessing to be a blessing. I love that, man. I love the fact that I am this creative. You know what I mean? I love everybody that I work with and everything, man. It's just amazing. Like it's something you can't deny.
And so, do you do music full time?
Yeah, I do.
So
I
you
do.
eat, sleep, and breathe music.
And yeah, when I eat, it's to replenish the energy of the music, of the spiritual realm that I use to create music. So it's a lot. It's a lot with it.
Right. So I know you work with JB, which he's phenomenal. And so
Yeah.
how often do you and him get together to produce music or to do
Like
different projects?
honestly, as soon as I get off of the phone with you, I'm on my way to go sleep. We got work to do.
Well,
I
I
gotta
won't
go.
keep
I
you
gotta
on.
go get.
But
I gotta speak so we can just create some genuine music. And I love his style. His style of
yes,
music is totally different from the people that I work with in the mountains. It's totally different from the people that I work with down here. So everybody has a different feeling to them. Everywhere I go, I'm giving off different aspects of music, and I love that. You see what I'm saying? That's blessings.
and because we met through my cousin Dion, and
Yeah,
that's been, God, it's been
I love him. Like
several
when you say that
years.
right there, I say rest in peace to my brother Wildcat because Wildcat was with us too. And like yo, it's really deep that he died on Thanksgiving. And I just found out a couple of days ago. But rest in peace, man. Like
Wow.
it's a blessing. It's a blessing that I was able to work with all these great, phenomenal people. That's gonna be somebody, and that pushed me to be somebody. And that's the best part about it. Yeah, man. I
And
love it
so
though.
when you make your music, is it from life experience or it just comes natural or is it a combination of
It's
both?
both. It's both. Like it's from that life experience, but I'm a really natural artist. So
Okay.
I can't even deny it now. Like you try to run from it, it's right there. You know I'm silly, you know how I am.
So are you and JB collaborating on like an album that you're gonna have out soon? We
Yeah, he got this Piffy Life, the movie, the whole movie, the Piffy Life. I did three jump offs, well, three albums for him with that, and we just been working. Now we're working on something totally new. I can't wait till y'all hear this. You know, I've been producing myself on the other end. When I come down here,
okay.
everybody want to work. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Let y'all work. But yo, it's about to be great, girl. So, and I'm very, very, very appreciative of it.
Yeah, and you know, and I know you have been through some challenges. How did going through the challenges keep you grounded, or how
Uh,
did you stay focused?
I think it's the best part that I know that my mind embodies my emotion, what gives feelings, which is another thing of controlling the atmosphere around you, which is energy, and
Right.
knowing to pinpoint the feelings of the negative energy coming from different places and seeing the entities and just separating yourself. That's very deep in that. That's very
And
deep in that.
so when you hit a low point in your life, how do you, or is there someone that you can go to for guidance to stay and get back on track?
Well, if I hit a low point in my life on a physical realm and they gonna get on my ass because I know better. You see what I'm saying? I know I'm supposed to have a plan going, but I know better. You know what I mean? So moving up is you gotta stay moving forward. You gotta stay in it now. You know what I mean? You can't You can't hit a point and look backwards because as you continue to look backwards, you're gonna forever go backwards because you can't think ahead, you
Right.
can't look ahead, you gotta stay in the now and what's going on in the now to move forward. That's a very,
Right.
very important. Right.
And so, what have been your challenges since you've been on this musical journey?
You said challenges? Like what type of
Like,
challenges?
like stumbling blocks or just in life itself?
I didn't, you said what now? I'm sorry, I
I
apologize
said,
because
what challenges or maybe not challenges, but what struggles have you gone through on your musical journey?
um basically mostly everything a real artist would go through before the break. Everything. So that's the best way to
So,
really put that.
okay. And so, how do you handle
I just made music, I talk to music. Talk to me. So I talk to the world. That's the best part about it. Like just being music in the world. And the world need to understand. So it's not about, honestly, it's not about me. And I have to learn that it's not about me. I'm just a vessel. You see what I'm saying? And the people needs to see and hear that. It's not about me. And I apologize and I apologize to a lot of people and all the ones that's going to see this in the future and all the ones who haven't seen it. I do apologize to every last one of y'all. I love you all. We all are great and we all need to just move forward. Stay in the now and stay positive, man. It's the way that's the only way because as you look back at the past, you'll never get ahead. You're gonna be stuck. You know what I mean? Emotions gonna run you
Right.
and those
Did you have to cut people out of your circle that wasn't giving you positive energy?
I cut a lot of people out, but now that it's 2022, you gotta realize
Hey, Miss
that.
Faye, thank you for tuning in.
Man, yeah, but you'll realize that a lot of people these days rather focus on negative energy
Right.
than focus on positive energy. So this world is more like somebody would rather see somebody fight and record that than see somebody on the ground and help them up or help a lady across the street. People are so dwelled in negative energy that we need somebody that's strong enough to push out positive energy to help this world change. That's why I dropped that song Love and Live. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't just for me, it's just for the world.
And do you think that when you disconnect with someone, do you feel like are cordial, or do you have to totally disconnect from them?
When I disconnect from them, it really depends on that person because I have a heart of forgiving. You see what I'm saying? But
Right.
I don't. But it's certain things that can be done to the point like, hey, I just don't want to deal with it because it's insane, insanity. You know the definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over again, expecting no change, and people don't know what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So they don't know the change. You see what I'm saying? So
So
you might.
have you ever been at your lowest point and that you really didn't know if you were gonna survive?
Honestly, I'm walking faith and flesh, so there is no lowest point for me. Like whatever the higher power put me through, it's a lesson to be learned and for me to accomplish, to show other people and teach other people. I'm pretty sure a song will come out of it. Y'all, like a song is gonna come out. Like I'm just gonna listen to the song over and over again and just give it to the people.
Yes, thank you, DS, for doing that. But I watched you evolve, and you have really, really matured.
I know. I think I was like 22 years old when you last seen me. 23. I can see it happening. Oh,
You really have matured. And one thing that I like about you is that you stay true to who you are.
yeah, that's good.
No matter what life throws at you, you stay true to who you are. And that's the beauty of it when you stay true to who you are. Because sometimes, especially here in the music industry, sometimes musicians lose themselves as the fame goes up.
I can't lose myself. I can't. Failure's not an option. You know that. And Pippi, like, positive experience recruits for you, living in fragile environments. Come on. Then you got Louiee Cincere, be up above. Come on. Like, you can't do that around here. Pineapples
And
right now, safe word.
where are you living? Because I know you said something about the mountains. So are you
Well, I
back?
love the mountains, but like, since I got so much work, I'm like everywhere. I'm living in North Carolina, but we got work to do, and like, so I gotta be here, there. We got work to do. We cannot just like, I can't just be stationary until I figure out where I really want to put the headquarters at. But we got work everywhere, so as much as possible, I want to work with everybody and just continuously moving and stuff. I'm actually in Raleigh right now.
Well,
I'm actually in Raleigh.
hopefully, I'll be able to do some projects with you and JB, because we, like I said, he's a phenomenal guy, and I met you, and we should
You know he
also
gonna put me to work.
But
You know he gonna put me to work.
oh, you already know that. But let me ask you this: do you work with a lot of local artists in the Raleigh area, or it's a mixture of all over?
I work with anybody that's really wanting to work, like really serious about what they want to do. Because I don't have the time to play games. I really don't. You know what I mean? Time, even though I know for a fact that time doesn't exist, but in a world of humanity and humans have time. Well, but that's another discussion. We'll have another interview about that. But I can't work with people that want to waste time and that just don't know the difference. We can't do that. You know what I mean? You can stay physical all you want to, but we have to be in the guilty world.
Right.
So
If all your music you produce, is it about a message?
yeah, it's a lot of messages in every single song that I do. Every single song. If people just listen, they'll understand a lot. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be so lost. Matter of fact, we really noticed what Michael Jackson was talking about. Michael Jackson was talking a lot of shit in his music.
Do you have another feedback?
Feedback? Do you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you perfect. I can't see nobody say nothing. I don't know what's going on.
No, well, you can't see because they said I'm getting feedback.
No, I don't even see nobody talking or saying nothing.
Oh, well, I don't know. Hold on.
No, I don't know. It's like me and you vibe. We are on one.
No, because I'm reading comments and people are on.
Oh, well, I don't see nobody. Well, hey everybody, how you doing?
We're getting feedback.
We get feedback. How big? Oh, because I'm probably in a room that's giving y'all
Okay.
ambient sound of a reverb. I apologize. What about this? Does it sound better?
But
Does it sound better?
when you're driving to more counties to do music.
Yeah, I be working with a lot of different people in a whole lot of different areas in North Carolina, and I love that because it just don't teach them, but it teaches me too, and it also teaches me to like understand each person's structure to I say creativity. Like everybody is different, just like every city is different, just like every county has their own laws. Just like it's just everybody is different, and I love that, and I love the feeling of it. I love to actually just learn it, you know what I mean, and just hone it and just do my job. You know what I mean? Once I figure it out, oh my God, that's a wrap. You know, so.
Now, do you have a lot of artists on your too?
I can count three females or something like four females on my artists on my tracks. Yeah.
So what do Louiee see himself in the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years?
What do you see?
Not controlling, but I would say just producing every one that really wants to work. Like just producing. I'm basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eventually turn people that want to work into instruments to me, because I can, you know what I mean, I can just see. So they'll be instruments to me. I don't want to say like nothing like out the way, but I have to utilize that. You know what I mean? And take that
Right.
because I know what I want. I want to brand me. I want certain things. You know what I mean? So I know what I want, and if they're willing to see me to get what they want, they're gonna get to get what I want. They're gonna get what they want. So we all gonna win together. That's it. It's a win-win situation.
Right, right. And
Right.
so
We can't lose.
when you when you going into your music, is it a certain age group that you try to target, or is the music appropriate for everyone?
Well, most of my songs, well, since I changed a lot, um, it's kind of both, man. Since I changed a lot, it's like I don't want to really curse in those songs, but sometimes if I'm feeling a certain type of way and I'm feeling negative energy from a certain type of area, I would just write it out to get it off me. So, but it's not me. It's me versus the spiritual realm. You see what I'm saying? It's me versus the negative energy. So basically, I'm fighting the negative energy, not just for me, but for y'all.
Okay. And so
I
when
use a
you
lot of
speak
energy.
of spiritual realm, so you are very careful how you brand yourself.
I have to be. I don't want to get. I have to be.
So 'cause I remember when we first met, your brand was totally different than it is now.
I know. You remember but back then I was straight. I was coming from there. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I appreciate. And I'm grateful, man. I'm very grateful that who I found myself to be. And now I know that. Man, now I know how to control it. I just need to continue to stay in a positive atmosphere for me to be great. That's it.
And
Like,
that's the beauty of it when you can see people transformation, because I saw you back then.
yeah.
It means a good person. It just means that you was kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but it's also good when you can see people that you know and that you work with grow
Yeah.
and mature in their own life. Not for someone else, but for themselves.
Listen, out of everything that happened to me, I'm very, very much appreciated. You know why? Because of the fact that I learned from every step. I learned. And that's the biggest thing about me right now. It's just, even though I'm a hard head sometimes and I think I know it all, and I like, because I be feeling, you know what I mean? What I feel, I receive, I just go ahead and I just trust the knowing. You know what I mean? I'm taught to trust the knowing. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
people can't trust the knowing, they don't know themselves. You see what I'm saying? So how you gonna love this person and you can't even trust the knowing within yourself? How you gonna do something you can't even trust yourself? You know what I mean? So that's the crazy part about it.
And so,
It's funny.
and if you had one thing to say to upcoming artists, especially younger kids, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
Keep a clear mind and know who's thinking for you. You either think for yourself or allow others to think for you. And when other people think for you, you'll fail. Think for yourself.
And don't you find it interesting, because at one point, this is fair to say, because you were good.
What was
And
it?
so now that you're here and you're able to think clearly for Louiee, that's why you are successful, and that's why sometimes, like you said, when we have people in our lives that's draining us, we have to cut them loose.
Yeah, you gotta separate yourself from the energy, y'all. It's very, very important. And listen, most of the life, it's hard. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard because you love somebody, and it's gonna be hard because it's all in your head. But you gotta separate what's in your head from what is good for you, and what's good for your spirit, what's good for your clarity, what's good for your clairvoyance, what's good for you to feel, what's good for how you wake up in the morning and go do what you do. You see what I'm saying? You got to realize that. That's very, very important. But that's why I'm to the point that if I sense any type of negativity now, I can't. I'm sorry, I apologize, yo, but listen, I'm gonna go handle this. I gotta go. You know, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's very important.
And so, are you going to be performing locally anywhere in Raleigh or the surrounding areas in the
Yeah,
next month or two?
yeah, they got me coming February 17th at the Nouveau Lounge. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. I'm gonna have Jaleesa, Ethan. I'm gonna have Frank Murphy. I'm gonna have Remedy Maiden. I'm gonna have a couple of people. I'm gonna have a good thing going on this one, and I'm gonna make sure it's gonna be proper on everything that we have to do. That's gonna be very, very important. It's gonna be very
Well,
important for me because I have to. That same week, I have to leave out and go to Atlanta, so it's not. That's why I have to just do the job properly.
well, I am truly, truly proud of you. I'm truly proud of how you have grown. You have truly,
Thank
truly,
you. Thank you. It's a blessing. It's a
you have
blessing.
truly grown. And my advice to you, if I had to tell you something, stay focused, stay on your journey, and don't get off. Don't get sidetracked again.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't. If I wanted to get sidetracked, I couldn't even get sidetracked.
Well, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Well,
That's
look,
a
the
good thing.
physical plane will let me get sidetracked, but the spirits won't. Like they're like, no, you got a job to
Well,
do.
and that's a good thing. And I'm just thankful that you took the time to grace my platform and let me have an hour grab to come to my side of town. But just keep doing. I will keep promoting whatever I can be doing. And you know
That's
who I
blessing.
am. And if
Mm-hmm.
you need to talk, you know I'm available.
Oh, man. Well, I'm gonna need your boys to get another video shoot. JB, we got that
And
on the
you know
way.
what? I'll be ready. I'll be ready because just like you, I'm expecting great things in 2022 for my life as well. And this is just the beginning for us for 2022. So as long as we stay the course and stay positive, we can achieve
Yes,
whatever.
and
And that's why
that's very.
I chose the word dream for you.
We're gonna be able to just go inside the atmospheres and just do what we want. We can go anywhere we want and just do it. You know what I mean? Like everywhere, like on everything I love, man. And that's the biggest part about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
And
We can
so
have fun.
just remember, dreams. Your dreams are bigger than you. And I know you will achieve them because you're in a different frame of mind. And I love that.
Yeah, no, right? It's totally. I don't even know that frame of mind I was at back then. I didn't even know that guy. That's why I was like, Louiee Cincere, beat up.
Well, and this is the thing, and there's no shade or whatever. When we start to evolve, sometimes we are not in our right frame of mind for whatever reason, influences of other people, other things. But when you can look back and say, wow, I have truly changed, that's important. It doesn't matter what you do. It's
I
when
love
you
it.
change.
I love it. I told CJ, I told my boy CJ, Ellen Rock, he's on a lot of my tracks. I told him, I said, bro, you better rap for me because if I rap, I'm gonna smash everything. You think I'm playing? And look, he had to he had to leave, and then since he left, I didn't have my rapper, so I had to, that's why y'all hear me snapping on him. I told him, but he coming back. He coming back. I said, bro, he said, man,
I'm just truly proud of you. Seriously, I am truly, truly proud of you.
thank you, man. Thank you.
Keep,
Thank you.
keep
Thank
doing
you.
what you're doing and don't look back. Don't
I'm
look
gonna
back.
tell you this right now. I'm proud of you through the strength and everything that you've been through and everything that happened, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank
Because
you.
that shows right there where we both come from. That failure's not an option, no matter
Failure is
what.
not an option. You're right about that. Failure is not an option. And I'm telling you, when you know that you're grown and you have your faith and you have Christ, you can do whatever it is you want to do. And that's the only way to continue doing this.
Man,
Not me. It's not me.
I just love you all. I
I
love
love
you
you
all.
too. But drive careful down that road. Don't be speeding.
I ain't driving. I'm about to No, no, pineapple right now. Ain't no way. You
But
can't do me like
but
that.
tell JB I said hello. But just drive careful. And like I said, whenever you get ready to do this video, just hit me up and say, hey, I got a part for you.
Oh well, as soon as I get off the phone, as soon as I gotta go back to work. I don't get
I
breaks, so
know.
we're not gonna get no breaks.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love you, my friend. I love you, my friend. And it's interesting because, like I said, it's been years. It's been years since we've seen each other. And so thank you for just gracing this
Yeah.
platform.
All right, yeah, I love you all.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Hot Topics with Donna. The word that I chose tonight was dreams. And one thing I want to tell you guys is that, sorry, whatever your dreams are, continue to follow them no matter what they are. Because if you can see it, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. Because I'm telling you, a person like me doing this right here is nothing but God, because I love being behind the scene, but sometimes God wants you to be out front. And this is the platform that He put me on. But one thing I do know is that when we surround ourselves with like-minded people that want to go places and that want to do things and achieve things, sometimes it means you might have to cut negativity out of your life, whether it's family, friends, it doesn't matter. But when you make up in your mind that there is something bigger that you want to achieve, then if you have any hindrance, then you have to decide, am I going to let these things or these people hinder me from walking in the calling that I have on my life? And that's why I always tell you, when we take our mask off, people can't hold us to our past anymore. People, I remember, well, you stay stuck there with, you're going to continue to remember what I did. And it doesn't mean that you don't know what you did. I do know what I did. But you know what? But when I gave myself to Christ, he's forgiven me and he doesn't even remember. So why should we allow other people to say, oh, well, I remember you used to, well, you keep staying there. And see, and that's the difference when people are stuck versus people that have taken their mask off and say, I may have did some things in my past that I may not have been proud of, and that, you know what, I did them, I learned from them, and then I moved on. But when you have people in your way that's constantly trying to bring those things back up, then you have to decide, are you going to still allow them to dictate to you your life because of their insecurities, because they want to stay stuck? So it's all about growing. We all change from day to day. And when God give us a second chance, a third, fourth, fifth chance, and when He allow us to wake up the next morning, we should say, Lord, help me be better than I was yesterday. If your attitude stunk, say, Lord, today I need a better attitude. Help me learn how to change my attitude. Lord, I need to learn how to love more. Show me how to love. Soften my heart, Lord, so I can love, so I can be sensitive to other people. But don't ever doubt who you are. And sometimes Satan will come to you and say, you're not this or you're not that. But then you have to say, I am this because my Father say I'm this, not man. And we've all been there. I've been there. And like I tell you guys all the time, when I talk to you and minister to you, I am talking to myself too, because I need that encouragement myself. And every day that I wake up, I try to be better. I want to pour into people's lives. I don't want to drain people. I don't want people to see me coming and say I'm draining them. I want people to say, I love her spirit. I love how she's always positive. Are we always going to have a great attitude? No, but we have to learn to say, you know what? It's not about me, because somebody just might need that smile. Somebody just might need that encouraging word. So sometimes we have to get out of our own way and say, how can I be a blessing to someone? Just by speaking to them and saying good morning, or have a nice day, or you look very nice today. Because we're living in days that people are hurting. COVID is running rapid and people don't know. And so we have to make sure we're staying sane so we can be a blessing to other people. Just a smile, just a hello. And so I always say, when we love ourselves, then we can love others how they should be loved, and not that fake love. And reach out to people that you haven't heard from, just to say hi, just a text. If you know people that is going through, just reach out and say, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. Are you okay? Because we don't know. We don't know. We need to love while we are here to love, because life is not promised to us, not the next second, not the next hour, and not the next day, because we're not guaranteed when we go to sleep tonight to wake up. But if we do, then we should always say, I have another chance to fulfill my purpose, to do what I'm called to do. So let's learn how to love each other, and not this fake, bogus love, no, love people from your heart. Love people how Christ loved us. Even when we mess up, he still loves us. Because what if he just throw us away and say, well, your attitude stunk today, so you know what? I don't love you anymore. Because you cursed somebody out today, I don't love you anymore. So we need to love people even when they mess up. We need to love people even when they miss the mark. Because as long as we have breath in our body, we will miss the mark at some point. We might miss the mark 50 times in one day. But the thing about it is, we have a Father that loves us so much that we can say, Lord, you know I missed the mark. And he can say, I know you did, my child, but I still love you. I still love you. You're still worthy. And I am thankful every day that I come on here to talk to my guests. And I will be back on Sunday with another episode of Hot Topics. And guys, just thank you, thank you, thank you. I know a lot of people are getting used to me coming live from my Donna Taylor Network page. And so just share my stuff so people can know that we are on this side now, and that I can get my friends and people back on here. It's changing, but it's all good. Once people get used to me having this page, it's going to be good. Hey, Lynetta, but it's all good. So thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. And like I said, Louie, he's a gentle soul, and he's came a long way. And guys, when I say that, it's not in judgment. It's just when you've seen a person here and they are evolving here, that's a blessing in itself. So that's why I say love people where they're at. Don't judge people. Because you feel you up here and they still right here, then encourage them. Help them get to a point where they can do and be successful, instead of just turning your nose down at them and say, well, you miss it. Or, you know what, I don't understand why they do this. Maybe you don't understand, and it's not for you to understand. The only thing that you need to understand is that they need grace and mercy, just like God give us grace and mercy. They need that loving, kind word to say, you know what, I see you. It's going to be okay. Just keep pushing, just keep striving. And when people know that they have people that's pushing them to do better, even just to be in a place of not being lonely or depressed or whatever, people sometimes, they just need that. It may not be trying to start a business or whatever. People might need just someone to say, you are worthy, you are somebody, I see you. And when they know that people genuinely care for them, then you will see the change. Then you will see them say, wow, thank you, sis. Thank you, brother. But when we don't do that, we fail people. And we don't have to know them. If people are in your path and you see them looking sad, then 9 times out of 10, something may be going on and they just may need just a kind word. But when we get out of self, we can do that. We can do that. But I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in with Hot Topics with Donna. On here's where we do it honest, open, and transparent. And we interview ordinary people doing extraordinary things, just like me. I'm just an ordinary girl, country girl that likes to walk outside with no shoes on. That's just who I am. But I love what I do. I love people. And I want everyone to succeed in whatever area of their life they're trying to succeed, whether starting a business, um, or whatever. I tuned in at a great time in my saddest point in my life. All it took was someone to tell me to smile because I'm too beautiful to look sad. I've been smiling ever since. Amen. And that is my sister, and I love her. And I tell you what, I have some amazing friends, but Lynette is one that will tell me how it is because sometimes she always tell me, you already got your answer. You just need me to say, yeah, you know. And that's what we need in our life, when people can just be honest, open, and transparent, but still love me, and don't judge me. And that's why I am so thankful for her, for Jen, for Robin, for Anna, for Sadrina. You know, I just have some amazing friends, amazing sisters that love me. Even at my lowest point, you know, losing my late husband, I, those girls, women, they have been my ride or die. They have been my shoulder to lean on. Even when I don't call them and tell them that I'm going through, because we're so connected, they always call and say, "Are you good?" And I'm telling you, if I didn't have those kind of people in my life, I may not be good. And then there's a chance that I may be. But I'm so thankful that I don't have to worry about not being good because I got those people in my life that love me and truly love me, even when I mess up. Even when I mess up, even when I think about messing up and I go be like, girl, help me. And that's the beauty of it. When you can call your girlfriends and you can say, tell me to sit down somewhere, tell me to just be quiet. And when they can do that, and Lynette is so, you know, she always said, girl, go sit your tail down somewhere. Because when I know that I am getting ready to do things that I shouldn't do, she's not afraid to say, go sit down somewhere. Or she questions, how she asked me what's going to be the outcome if you do A, B, or C. And with her, she always tell me, you already got your answer. But sometimes you just need that, like, uh, and sometimes when you know that you should or shouldn't do a thing, but you have friends that's not afraid to say, mm-mm. Like she said, girl, sir, sit your tail down. And then you do. Because at the end of the day, they have your best interest at heart. And for that, I'm thankful because I'm telling you guys, it's going on 2 years and I'm in a phenomenal place in my life. I am. And I have amazing people in my life. But there are some days that Donna just don't feel like I have it together, or I don't want to be a part of the social world, if you will. But I know I have to move on. I know I can't stay and just be like, nah, I don't want to do this today. Because if I do that, then I know Satan would just take over, and then I will have to dig myself back up out of the dungeon, if you will. And so that's why I'm so thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for my relationship with Christ, because this last 2 years has been, it's been a walk. And I'm not going to say a rough walk, but it's been a walk that I had to walk through. But I had Christ, and then I had my friends to help me walk through this journey. And that's the beauty thing for me, is that when you have people that can walk this walk with you, even if it's tough sometimes, even if the truth hurts sometimes, you still know that they love you and you still can go and do. And that's one thing that I value about my peoples, and I call them my peoples because we are sisters and we're connected. And that's what everyone needs, people that they can connect with, that genuinely love them, but also can correct you or each other in love without feeling like, well, who she thinks she is or who they think they are. Because when we get so full of ourselves that we can't allow people to say, well, what if you do it this way? Or you kind of arrogant over here. And I tell people there's a difference between being confident and arrogant, because arrogant people, they may feel they're up here. But when our Father gets finished with them, they'll see those same people that they turn their nose up or think that they have arrived. Those will be the same people that God will show you and say, you remember when she was trying to tell you, or he was trying to tell you, but you thought you were so this and that. So that's why we have to make sure that we don't get above God, because when we start getting above God and arrogant, then then hey, what you need him for? What do you need him for? So we always must stay humble and have confidence to say, Lord, wherever I am struggling, whatever area I'm struggling in, help me. If my attitude stink, help me. If I have pride, help me. If I need to go back and ask someone for forgiveness, please give me the right words to go to them to say, please forgive me. We have to get out of self. And when we can get out of self, then the doors will open. God would do so many amazing things. And I'm not talking about material things. I'm just saying he would just open doors for you. He will give you favor. And I've learned to, sometimes I just have to keep my mouth closed, because sometimes, well, I'm going to say most of the time, and my friend Lynette is right here, sometimes my mouth will get me in trouble because I feel like I have to say what I'm thinking, and then I get my own self in trouble. But to God be the glory. He has truly been working on me with that. And for that, I'm grateful. And like I said, I keep it honest, open, and transparent, because how can I ask my guests to come on here to keep it honest, open, and transparent when I can't even be that way with myself and with my viewers? So my mouth, because when I feel like I just need to say what I need to say, and it's not about me being right, it's just because I just want to say what I need to say. But when God say, be quiet, then I have to be quiet. But on the inside, it doesn't mean that I'm not saying, well, Lord, why don't you just let me say this? And then I will be okay if I say it. But when I obey, then I see the things that he's doing. But when this mouth of mine starts to go talking when should be quiet, then I see the wrath. When he chastised me and say, didn't I tell you to be quiet? Didn't I tell you I got this? And so for me, I have been a work in progress when it comes to that, because Donna wants to say what Donna wants to say, because that's just what I'm used to doing. And did I say it was right? No, it's not right. But when you say it and then you should not have said it, you can't take it back. So that's what he's been working with me, learning to be quiet, learning to just say, okay, you're right. Mm-hmm. And then I let him deal with it, because he said I'm his child. So we have to be careful, because sometimes when you say things and hurt people's feelings, you can't take those words back. You can't reel them back in like you can do a fishing rod. You can't reel those words back in, because once you release them, you can't reel them back in. And then that plays in that person that you threw them at, in their head, and then you can do damage with words. And our tongue is the most deadly part of our body, because it can cut people so deep, and you feel that because you say certain things, it's okay, but you can't, because this right here gets us into more trouble than anything else. So we have to be careful. We have to be careful. Hey, Penelope, we have to be careful. Hey, JB, we have to be careful with our mouth, because we don't want to damage people. Because in the end, God will make you go back and make that thing right. So try your best. If you know the words that come out your mouth, if you know that they're going to hurt someone, then if you got to put some tape over your mouth, put some tape over your mouth. If you got to stick a rag in there to keep from saying it, hey, by all means necessary, do it, because you don't want to be in error with God. And then you're going to have to go back to that same person and say, hey, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. So love, that's my thing. Love, love, love. But first of all, love yourself, flaws and all. And that's what I learn to do every day. I'm loving me even the more, flaws and all, shortcomings and all. Because if he say I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, then who am I to allow someone else to dictate who I should be or how I should be, for that matters. So when you see me, I'm just me. And people on here know me, I'm just me. And I don't know how to be anybody else but me. And one thing I know that I am, I'm always honest, open, and transparent, even if sometimes it gets me in trouble. But hey, I'd rather be in trouble being honest, open, and transparent than being in trouble trying to live a fake life and thinking that I've got it together. But until then, guys, I just say I love you. And oh yeah, by the way, I have told you guys last year that I was in the process of writing my book. So my book is finished. So now all I have to do now, I send it to one of my close friends and my mentor to read it. And I got feedback that it was good. And I wrote a whole book, and it's 10 chapters in the book. And the title of my book is called An Imperfect Marriage Saved by Grace. I'm so truly excited. And I know my late husband will be so excited, because the last time we spoke of this book is when we were on probably the last month or two on our way to his treatments in Chapel Hill. And I said, I should really write a book about, our life journey. And it starts from my early memories of 3 years old up until to his death. And he said, well, what would you call it? And I was like, well, I don't know. I said, he haven't given me the title. And guys, I kid you not, before we got to Chapel Hill, he gave me the title of the book, An Imperfect Marriage Saved by Grace. So I'm so excited, because my goal was to finish this book in December, because I had procrastinated, because I knew once I finished the book, then that part of my life was truly over. I'm not saying that the memories are gone, because when you're with someone 30 years, you have memories, but I'm saying that chapter of my life was is over. And so now I'm on a new beginning, and I'm so excited about where God is taking me, what he's doing in my life. And guys, once it's done, I hope you guys go out and buy it. And I just created my account for Amazon. So when I get everything in place, then the book will be released. And I'm so excited. So you guys just keep me in prayer that it just goes well. I'm trusting God. Like I said, when I did it, I was like, well, okay. But nevertheless, my book is complete. And so now I'm just in the stage of rereading it myself, looking over for errors or whatever. So I'm excited about that. So we will see once it's done, completely done. I will let you guys know once I have my book cover. You guys will be the first one that I show it to on Hot Topics with Donna, because a lot of you have truly been with me on this journey with Hot Topics with Donna. I have some cool stuff coming up in the next 2 months. So I'll be 1 year next month doing Hot Topics with Donna. So I'm excited. So just look for some celebration in the works. But thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm just excited. I'm just excited about life. And I'm just excited about what God is going to do in my life, your life. And so just continue to share my flyers, my page, because a lot of people have gotten used to me doing it from my personal page, but now I'm doing it from my Donna Taylor Network page. And so just share, 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 tag people. And until then, I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so until then, I will talk to you. Oh, yes, please watch the replay. But until then, thank you guys for just tuning in to another episode of Hot Topics with Donna. I will be back on Sunday with another interview, and we're just going to keep it hot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Good night. Have a great week. Enjoy your day tomorrow. And I pray that when you lay down tonight, that God will give you a peaceful rest and wake up in the morning refreshed and say, hey, what are we going to do now, Lord? Start my day with you. And when we start our day with him, everything else just falls into place. Until then, I say good night and I love you. Bye.